Crypto, the notion that SEC Chairman Gary Gensler is quitting has swept Twitter. John Deaton, an attorney who is in favor of Excerpt, has responded on the speculations suggesting that a resignation from Gensler is probable. The cryptocurrency world, and notably Excerpt backers, is in an uproar over a commentary written by Charles Gasparino for the New York Post. Gasparino questioned the judgment made by Judge Lisa Torres on XRP and the firm that uses the currency, Ripple Labs, in his article. The decision in the Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC case against Ripple is at the heart of the debate. According to the SEC, XRP is a security that must be regulated by the agency. However, Ripple maintains that XRP should be seen and used as a currency and not as securities. Contrary to the SEC's accusations, Judge Torres ruled that XRP is not a security and the matter is now closed. Many people now see Bitcoin regulation as something that falls beyond the scope of the SEC. CryptoLaw's founder and attorney, John Deaton, rushed to Twitter to express his approval with Judge Torres' ruling and to talk out his own legal fights with the SEC over the agency's treatment of cryptocurrencies in general and XRP in particular. Deaton blasted the case's atmosphere of tribalism and echo chamber politics, and he blasted the SEC for its asymmetrical approach to various cryptocurrencies. Deaton claims that the SEC's approach to cryptocurrency regulation has been inconsistent, citing the fact that Ethereum, another major cryptocurrency, has been granted a regulatory free pass in the past, while XRP has been subjected to intensive scrutiny. Despite objections alleging the judgment defies the policy reasons underlying the 1934 Securities Act, Deaton praised Judge Torres' finding, saying that she made the proper conclusion. He speaks highly of the judge's background and experience, claiming that the SEC would need more than luck to reverse her ruling on appeal. Meanwhile, attorney and Metal Almond founder James A. Murphy tweeted in response to Gasparino's post, calling out the writer for making baseless accusations against Judge Torres. He supported Judge Torres' decision and said that Gasparino had overlooked an important difference between stocks and cryptocurrency tokens. Many people who engage in the cryptocurrency market hope to one day amass a fortune. The difference between XRP and Bitcoin is enormous when considering the number of tokens one would need to become a billionaire. Investors who want to become millionaires with XRP should know that doing so requires a substantial outlay of capital. However, because to XRP's lower pricing in comparison to Bitcoin, investors may buy a larger quantity of tokens with a smaller investment. Bitcoin now has a greater value than XRP. With this in mind, would-be multi-millionaires who want to invest in XRP may amass a sizable amount of tokens, making millionaire status a more feasible goal. However, it might take a greater initial investment in Bitcoin to get the same result. However, there are dangers associated with this investment, as there are with any. Cryptocurrency markets are notorious for their volatility and frequent price swings. Before putting their money into any digital asset, investors should proceed with care and do extensive study. The investor's risk tolerance and investing objectives are other important considerations. The best route to financial security for one investor may not work for another. Successfully managing the Bitcoin market also involves thinking about the long term and diversifying one's financial portfolio. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, just announced its intention to appeal the judgment in favor of Ripple and XRP given by Judge Lisa Torres last week. You may remember that Judge Torres decided last week that a significant portion of Ripple's XRP sales over the years are not investment contracts. The newest allegation by SEC is that the judgment has given other defendants battling similar lawsuits hope. Legal counsel for Terraform Labs and Do Kwon, the creator of the imploding Terra blockchain, recently used Ripple and XRP's recent success against the SEC to argue that the agency should drop its action against them. This was first published by Times Tabloid. SEC is reportedly exploring a review of the historic XRP win, as revealed in a tweet just now by James K. Fallon, a defense lawyer and former federal prosecutor. One of the defendants hoping to use Torres' ruling as a weapon against the securities regulator is imprisoned Terraform Labs co-founder Do Kwon. In a lawsuit submitted to a federal court in Manhattan in February, the SEC accused Kwon of fraud and other breaches of law. The SEC has said that Judge Kwon should not use the Ripple case as precedent in his ruling. The government has said that it would appeal the case since Torres' decision adds unfounded requirements to determining whether or not an asset is a security. Further, the SEC's legal staff claimed that the ruling was impossible to reconcile with all these core securities law principles. When asked about the SEC's prospective court appeal over XRP's classification as a non-security, which was discussed on social media today, John Deaton, one of the XRP community's most prominent legal defenders, did not hold back. The SEC, according to Deaton's forecast, would lose on appeal if they appeal it. Today, the SEC filed a filing detailing the recently concluded Ripple v's SEC case, sparking speculation that the securities regulator will seek to appeal the case to the U.S. Court of Appeals. This paper states that the SEC is considering the various available avenues for further review and intends to recommend that the SEC seek such review. The document in question is part of the ongoing legal battle between the SEC and former Terraform Labs CEO Do Kwon. In a recent tweet, BitBoy, a well-known crypto community influencer and YouTuber, made an interesting prediction regarding the future price of XRP. He forecasted a $15 price objective over the following 18 months, rising to $35 if Ripple's IPO is timed appropriately. BitBoy stressed in the tweet that it is a realistic assumption that XRP will reach $15 in the next 18 months. This is a 1729's increase in the current value of XRP. BitBoy's estimated price of $15 reflects his conviction in XRP's long-term development potential. This confidence may be motivated by the favorable emotion around the resolution of the litigation and the regulatory certainty it gives to the XRP ecosystem. However, the YouTuber's optimism does not end at $15. He predicted that if Ripple goes forward with its IPO and schedule it perfectly, the price of XRP may rise to $35 to reach $35. To reach $35, XRP would need to increase by 4,168. This optimistic prognosis is based on the belief that an IPO would bring a new wave of investors and mainstream attention. This would be a further impetus for XRP's rising trajectory. In April, BitBoy named XRP as his growing cryptocurrency choice for the upcoming bull run. The influencer anticipated that if the SEC action was successful, the asset would rise. According to him, this would make XRP the sole asset with legal and regulatory certainty. Despite his optimistic view, BitBoy recently recognized the market's inherent instability in a tweet. He expressed concern that the price would not reach the predicted highs. He is certain, though, that XRP will at least surpass its previous all-time high during this market cycle. The influencer also mentioned the potential of the U.S. SEC appealing the latest court verdict. Although BitBoy acknowledged that the odds of this happening are slim, he admitted that only a pointless, vindictive appeal might prevent XRP from breaching its app. It is worth noting that market observers have predicted an SEC appeal. SEC chairperson Gary Gensler has indicated dissatisfaction with portions of the order, implying more action. BitBoy's most recent comment on XRP's chances came in response to a query from Evan Luthra, an experienced angel investor and serial entrepreneur. Luthra emphasized that XRP has eclipsed Bitcoin in total trading volume since the court's decision on July 13. This feat was announced yesterday by the Crypto Basic, which noted that XRP represented for 20, while Beast accounted for 20. The entrepreneur emphasized this exceptional achievement and challenged his audience to submit their pricing forecasts. Given the recent price swings of XRP and the increased demand poured into the market, most projections have been optimistic.